Imagine two companies operating side by side. They sell the exact same products, face identical market forces, and purchase from the same suppliers. Yet, at the end of the year, one of these companies posts record profit margins, while the other barely breaks even. If their external environments are perfectly matched, what explains the massive gap in performance? This visual highlights the core premise of the resource-based view, or RBV. Instead of looking outward at the competitive arena, the RBV directs our attention inward through the lens of the firm itself. A company's long-term survival relies entirely on the unique internal weapons it brings to the battle. The market sets the rules, but your internal assets determine whether you win. If success comes down to internal assets, you have to ask, why doesn't the losing company just write a check to buy the same warehouses, trucks, and software as the winner? This comparison illustrates the difference between a resource and a capability. A resource is an asset you possess, like a pristine violin sitting in a case. A capability is what your organization can actually do with it, the ability to play the music. True organizational capabilities are characterized by resource immobility. They are sticky. They do not flow freely from one firm to another just because cash is offered. You forge these sticky capabilities through decades of specific history, collective muscle memory, and the friction of organizational learning. They are embedded in how your teams communicate and solve problems. Capital gets you into the game by purchasing the basic table stakes. Genuine competitive advantage is a path-dependent capability that you cannot buy off a shelf. To separate the commodity table stakes from true strategic assets, we use this diagnostic filter, the VRIO framework. A capability must be valuable, rare, inimitable, and organized to create sustained advantage. Let's test this filter on a world-class supply chain. IKEA dominates global furniture retail, and their signature asset is the flat pack design. We apply the first two criteria. It clearly delivers immense value, and few competitors design their entire product line around it. This blueprint details why the flat pack passes the test. By drastically cutting transport volume and weight, it allows higher cube utilization in shipping containers. It's a highly optimized logistics capability masquerading as a product design. But a clever cardboard box is a fragile moat. A determined competitor with deep pockets could hire the right engineers to reverse engineer a flat pack chair. If flat packing drives that much profit, why do competing furniture brands consistently fail to copy it? Here we see the inimitable filter. IKEA's actual moat is deep in its supply chain. They've spent decades cultivating immense social complexity with global suppliers exchanging technical assistance for tight cost control. Rivals cannot replicate 30 years of embedded trust. Even an inimitable supplier network yields nothing if the firm isn't configured to exploit it. This brings us to the final filter, organized. This keystone highlights IKEA's organizational structure. They align their entire operation, from brand marketing to store layout, to shift the final step of manufacturing directly onto the customer. They require the consumer to accept the friction of assembly to make the logistics math work. IKEA's sustained advantage doesn't exist in the box, the contracts, or the warehouse format individually. As these interlocking gears illustrate, the defense relies on strict synchronization. A competitor might copy the flat pack gear or mimic the warehouse retail gear, but the machine fails without the precise alignment of all four. A holistic, interdependent system creates a protective moat too complex for any rival to untangle and rebuild. A perfectly synchronized capability is highly profitable in a stable market. But what happens when the external environment radically shifts? Consider a legacy grocery retailer that spent 30 years building an incredibly efficient, centralized distribution model for huge pallets of goods. When e-commerce suddenly demanded rapid, small package fulfillment, those highly specialized routines jammed the machinery. Their greatest strength became intense operational friction. This radar shows the incoming threats of the modern landscape: geopolitical shocks, new sustainability mandates, and the shift from basic software to proprietary AI are accelerating. In this environment, a rigid fortress is indistinguishable from a prison. To survive, firms must develop dynamic capabilities, the higher-order organizational ability to continuously dismantle and rebuild your own strengths. This diagram outlines the required cycle. You must actively sense incoming environmental threats, mobilize resources to seize emerging opportunities, and rapidly reconfigure your internal value chain before disruption hits. Enduring strategy requires you to look inward. You diagnose your assets, build an inimitable core, and maintain the agility to renovate the house while you are still living inside it.